Hey, I just finished editing the video on the 7 reasons why I think freelancing is just better than getting a job for web developers. Honestly, man, this is probably one of the best videos I've ever fucking made. And I'm really sad to announce that, hey, while filming, I didn't realize that I had started the laundry, so you're gonna be hearing that in the background, which kind of means that the sound is gonna be shit, honestly. But this is probably one of the best videos I've ever fucking filmed. So I decided I didn't want to do it again because I don't think I could have done a better job ever on this content. So I'm sure that you're going to be able to enjoy this video and get a lot from it despite the shitty sound. So I hope you enjoy it. With that said, let's start the video. Yo developers, my name's Alec, and today I'm going to be sharing with you seven reasons why I'm happy to be a freelancer, why I think being a freelance web developer is a much better life than being a web developer at any regular job. And what might be surprising to you throughout this video, you'll notice that I'm not talking about money a lot, okay? A lot of the benefits of being a freelancer, although yes, it gives you a lot more money than, having a regular job, is from the lifestyle it gives you. And I think you're going to enjoy this video. If you're on the fence about whether or not you should be a freelancer, you probably don't know about a lot of these things. And I'm really happy to share that with you because a lot of these stories are things that I've never really told anyone. And really, that were really good surprises for me since I started becoming a web developer. So these are going to be 7 reasons why I'm really happy to be a freelancer. And most of these are lifestyle reasons. The first reason I want to share with you is when it comes to your dating life. Okay, this is something you might not be thinking, but hey, you're gonna have a fucking free schedule. You can work whenever you fucking want. You work the days you want. You work the hours you want. I mean, hey, I used to be dating this college girl. Like, she was really cute. She was like this cute little bartender, slim with long, straight brown hair. She was really, really cute. And these college girls, they have weird schedules. Like, during the day, sometimes like they have 4-hour long breaks between their classes, and like having the flexibility of being a freelancer allowed me to just, some days, like, I was working and like I just take a 4-hour break, go take a coffee with her or something, bring her home, have fun. And this is the time. I mean, who else gets to have breaks? Like, she'd just hit me up and be saying like, hey, I have a break now, do you want to come and see me? I'd just be like, yeah. I don't have to go see a boss. I don't have to, I can do whatever I want. I'm a fucking freelancer. This allowed me to date this girl. And think about it, like, she was a bartender. She was also in college. Like, they have weird schedules. People who are in college, like, what do they do in the evenings and the weekends? They work. So when are you gonna see them? For me, the reason dating that girl was easy and allowed me to spend a lot of time with her was the flexibility in my schedule. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, going out of work, like, imagine you have your work day. You start at 10 a.m. because you choose to start at 10 a.m. You work for like 3 hours, and then she calls you and you just decide to take a 4-hour break. You go meet with her and have fun for like 4 hours. You come back, work another 1 hour or 2, and that's the end of your day of work. Or sometimes it's just like finish work earlier to go see her, see my friends also. Like, I remember I went go play Magic the Gathering like during a whole afternoon just because my friends told me, hey, they had a break and they all went to this store near where I was working. Honestly, this is one of the biggest, like, coolest thing about being a freelancer. Like, people call you, you're not like, oh wait, I can't, I'm working. This never fucking happens. You just go, you just do whatever the fuck you want. It's awesome. And no matter who you're going to be dating, no matter who you want to spend time with, you can always find that time because you choose when you work. And when it comes to schedule, my reason number 2 why being a freelancer is so fucking awesome also comes down to, is also a side effect of the fact that you can choose whenever you work. Listen, I used to be really, really into video games. I used to play a lot of Halo, Call of Duty, and that kind of thing. And like, we had these huge, really fun evenings with friends where we were like, we were like 5 guys showing up. We'd have like 4 controllers and everything on our TV. We'd play Call of Duty all the evening and all the way through the night. And like, you know, when we were teenagers, we could like end at 3 a.m. without any trouble. But like as adults, like everyone has jobs like the next morning and that kind of thing. And like there's always that friend that has to go out at like 10 p.m. and like misses half of the evening just because he has to go to work. There's always that other friend that he's like, hey, I'm gonna be there the whole evening, but I'm just gonna have 3 hours of sleep before I go to work. And you know, that's not problems I have as a freelancer. Man, if I want to spend the whole evening fucking playing with my boys, I'm gonna be playing the whole evening with my boys. And the next morning, I'm not gonna say, hey, it's 3 a.m. Oh, I'm gonna have an alarm tomorrow. And no, I can just choose not to work the next morning, or just like wake up whenever I wake up and just start working in the afternoon. I'm a freelancer. I choose what I do. I'm not like controlled by someone else. It's not someone else who chooses when I work and not when I don't work. It's me. So you never have to be pressured by time constraint. You never have to be pressured by these kind of things. You live your life at your own pace, however the fuck you want. And listen, I don't like fucking alarms. While we're on the fucking topic, I don't like fucking alarms. It must have been 6 months ago the last time I fucking had an alarm to help me wake up, and I think it was because I wanted to go somewhere on a trip or something. Like, I don't wake up with an alarm. I wake up when I fucking wake up. That's not something I could do when I had a job, because hey, I would always get late if that's what I was gonna do. Now I'm just going to bed when I feel like it, probably like midnight every day, and after that I just wake up like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. just because, hey, that's when I feel like waking up. Just go start working whenever I feel like it. You're never, and you're never in a situation where you're like, hey, oh no, I'm so tired. It's been 2 days since I had good sleep. You know, it doesn't happen. If you can't sleep well that evening, you just sleep more in the morning. You just listen to your fucking body. You just live. Listen, I'm so not in a rush in my life that most days, if you were gonna ask me what day of the week it is, I don't fucking know, because I don't give a fuck. And reason number 3, listen, it's not like I'm stressed out about money either, okay? It's true that money is one of the advantages of being a freelancer. And if you're wondering, how can a freelancer make more money than someone who has a job? Well, it's simple economics. Like, listen, money flows from the client to you, okay? You. When you have a job, basically, there's your boss. The client, let's say he needs a website, pays your boss, who pays you. So the boss keeps part of the money. But if you're a freelancer, you're talking directly to the clients. So the client pays you directly, so you're making 100% of the profits. You're not giving a share to your boss. I make a website. I usually sell my websites at about $2,000 roughly, okay? $2,000, that takes me about 35 hours to make. That means that takes about a week to make the website. After I made the website, I can make another one the next week, and the next week after that. That means I can make like about $2,000 a week. That's what people make like in a month with a lot of jobs, right? So $2,000 a week, 2,000, there are 52 weeks in a year. Let's say you're gonna take 2 weeks off. That means 50 weeks, $2,000 times 50, man, that's $100,000 a year. From one website a week. That's if you want to be working full time at about 40 hours a week. If you want, listen, I spent so much of my life just working like 15, 20 hours a week. And listen, at this price, I mean, I can make more when I'm working part-time than most people can make full-time, because I'm getting 100% of the profits. Because you'd be surprised how much bosses actually take from your shares. And honestly, that's understandable, because if you don't do your job well, the client is going to sue them and not you, so they have the risk. But honestly, if you do your job well, you're not going to have trouble with this, and 100% of the profit changes your life. Reason number 4, listen, are you fucking tired of working with clients that piss you off? I'm not tired of that anymore. I don't work with clients that piss me off. Listen, I just flushed them. I'm a freelancer. I used to have this problem when I was working at a gas station, man. The reason I left that job, okay, it was actually a pretty fun job, but the reason I left my job at a gas station was because I was too fucking tired of having to be fake, having to smile to people I didn't like, having to pretend I was happy to see people I didn't care about. And, you know, there was this client, man, once that he was asking me to like fake some sort of his receipt. Like it was illegal shit, but I said, I'm not sure I can do that. Can you repeat, please? Can you wait? I'm gonna check with my manager and everything. And he was just shouting at me, saying, man, telling me that, hey, I should go to school. I'm too stupid. I should get educated and all that kind of thing. And, you know, these clients, because you're representing the company, you have to keep your smile. You have to keep faking like you're happy, and every time you see them again, hey, these pieces of shit, you have to keep smiling and all that shit. Man, I couldn't take it anymore. I was so tired of having these 3 or 4 clients that I just really hated just come back and having to pretend I was happy to you know, see them. I just couldn't take it anymore. It made me feel fake, you know, when you just, you know, you end up, even after you end your work, you're like, hey, you know what I did today? I fucking lied. I wasn't honest. I wasn't honest with myself, and I felt it was disrespectful toward myself to pretend that I was not, that I was feeling differently to the way I am. And I left my job, and since then, I haven't fucking pretended to like anyone. I don't fucking do that anymore. People piss me off, I am going to retaliate, honestly. And the reason I can do that is because I don't depend on anyone to keep my fucking money. You know, I don't have anyone saying that, hey, if you don't do your job well, if you're not kind to Mr. So-and-so, you're not getting money next week, you're getting fired. No, I'm the one in charge. No one pisses me off. I'm not lying to anyone. I'm not lying to myself either. I'm not pretending to be anyone I'm not. And ultimately, I never find myself in a situation where I feel like, hey, I should have said this to him. I should have acted differently. I don't really feel that anymore because I just am the way I am with people. Reason number 5, hey, do you like traveling? I've had a lot of fun travels in all my lifetime, and one of the things that's really cool when you're a freelancer is that, hey, you can just go on a trip whenever you want, stay there as long as you want. Doesn't matter because, hey, you can work from anywhere as a fucking developer. You bring a laptop with you and you can do anything. Like, you don't have to ask your boss, hey, boss, can I get a vacation 2 weeks from now? You don't have to do this. You're the fucking boss. You just go. One time, like, one of my best friends, he was really into climbing. Actually, at the time, pretty much all my friend circle, we were all doing some climbing. And this guy had moved to a city that was like 10 hours away from where I live. And he contacted us and he said, hey guys, I heard there's a competition in my city 10 days from now of climbing. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure, man. I want to come. And all the guys, they would have loved to be there. They would have loved to be there. There were like 6 of us. Okay, 6 of us. I went there. My other entrepreneur friend went there. Another one of my friends managed to get there because he was lucky he didn't work that weekend. And all of my other friends were like, hey, either no, I couldn't get my vacation, or hey, no, I'm sorry, I don't have enough money to do that. Hey, I don't have that problem. I make the money and I have the time. I do whatever whatever the fuck I want with my time. And honestly, like, I'm not even done. And when I say these things to people afterwards, I can't believe that a lot of my friends, when they hear these types of things, they still want to keep their job. They still want to do that. I almost can't fucking believe it. Because for me, if there's one thing I want in my life, it's to choose what I do. It's to be in charge. It's to have freedom. And when you have a fucking job, you don't have the freedom to travel. You don't have the freedom to see your girlfriend whenever you want. You don't have the freedom to not go to work tomorrow. Because if you do that too many times, you're just going to get fired. Freedom. For me, happiness is freedom to wake up whenever I want. For me, happiness is freedom to go do whatever I want with my day, to start working when I want and stop working when I want. Freedom. I want to live like a king. I don't want to live like a fucking servant. And that fucking leads me to number 6. I'm not a fucking servant. If I don't want to do something, I don't fucking do it. You know what's really cool when you're the boss? You can hire people to do all those tasks that you don't like. Hey, my friend Oliver, he's starting a web development agency. He doesn't fucking like doing web design. He doesn't do web design. He hires people for that. He doesn't like setting up email and all that shit. He hires people for that. He only does the work that he likes. I do the same thing. Why do you think I like my job? It's not just because I have the freedom of doing whatever I want outside of my job. I like the job too because I only do the tasks that I enjoy. All the shit that you don't like, all the shit that you wish you didn't have to do. Imagine you didn't have a boss telling you, hey, you have to do it, I'm paying you. Imagine you could just say, screw that, fuck that, I'm just gonna hire someone on Upwork for like $10 an hour and he's gonna do that for me. You're the fucking king. Honestly, you have no idea how much I'm just paying people, all the small tasks I don't enjoy, I'm just paying people to do them for me. I mean, even my fucking, even like cleaning my house, I'm paying a woman to do that. And you'd be surprised how inexpensive that is. I could even go as far as to tell you, man, you do not know what living like a king is until you started hiring people. Because as long as you're not ready to hire people, honestly, you don't have to do that as a freelancer. But honestly, I think it's the biggest key to having a good life that you could ever have. This is one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you. You cannot understand what living like a king means until you've hired people. Because until you're ready to hire people, there's always going to be tasks you have to do that you don't want to do. There's always going to be these tasks you don't enjoy. Your life is never fully what you want it to be because there's always these things that you don't want to do that you have to do. But when you start hiring people, your life becomes fucking awesome because all these things disappear. You pay for people to take care of all the things that you don't like, and the only thing that stays in your life is the shit that you enjoy. It's doing the tasks that you like at work. Imagine you only had the tasks that you like doing at work. Imagine that's all you did. Imagine all the rest of your time you could go see your girlfriends. You could like stop working whenever you want. Go see your girlfriend. Have fun. All your life is just having fun, meeting your friends, meeting your girlfriend, working only on the things you like. You don't have to do any cleaning in your house. Barely. Maybe I do some dishes here and there. But like most of the time you spend at your house, it's like fun time with TV, video games, friends, whatever. Your life, man. And honestly, what I think is really hard about this is that people feel weird about hiring people. People feel weird about it. I see this everywhere. I talk about this with so many people. People give me these looks. They're like, wow, why do you do that? You can't take care of your own house yourself. Yeah, I can. I just don't want it. I just have a better life than all of you fuckers. And the last reason why I think freelancing is really awesome when it comes to lifestyle is because you can make more money whenever you want. You're not like, you can go and think, hey, I want to make an extra $10,000 this year. You can. Okay, you have all the tools you want. You can work more hours if you want. You don't have to work the number of hours your boss told you. You don't have a boss. You can work as many times as you want. Heck, if you just want to spend like 8 hours a week working, you could probably pay your fucking expenses doing that. Sure, you're not going to live like a king, but hey, if that's what you want to do. And the fact that you can start making more money whenever you want, what is really cool about this is like Oliver, my partner, which has made a lot of videos on this channel, he's currently he's planning a trip, a 1-month trip to British Columbia, which is another province of Canada all the way across the country. He wants to just sell like 2 or 3 more websites this month, and that will allow him to pay for pretty much all his expenses once he's in British Columbia. That means lodging, that means food, that means all the shit. And like, even then, like, some people say, I don't want to travel because that costs too much money. Imagine you could work there. Imagine you could spend like a a month in a cool country in South America and just like work there and come back with more money than you have right now. Because hey, yeah, sure, you have to pay your lodging, your expenses, but hey, if you're working there, you're going to make more money than what it costs you to live. Because otherwise, imagine like if it costs more to live in some place than people make by working, people are just going to starve to death. And if you're a freelancer, you make more money than 3/4 of the world anyway, because you're one of the only people in the fucking world who doesn't have a boss and gets 100% of the profit. So you're making more money than the residents. So if they can survive, you can bloody hell survive there. And I mean, I've already told you, you can work like 20 hours a week and you're still going to make more money than people who are working full time at minimum wage. So it's not like you're going to be traveling there and like spending most of your time working. No, you just work here and there, just pay your expenses and keep stacking money while you're there. And listen, sometimes if you're spending like a long trip somewhere, you just feel like, hey, I don't want to go to the beach today. I just don't want to do this. I want to do something more reassuring, something that I'm comfortable with. And working can be fun when you're hiring people to do all the shit you don't want to do. Man, if there's one thing I can help you do right now, okay, if there's one gift I could give you in your whole life, okay, if there's one thing you ever should listen to me about, it's start hiring people, okay? It sounds weird. Honestly, there's not a lot of people who do it, but the key to living like a king is to have people working for you, because the king wouldn't have a king's life if he didn't have people making him his dishes, doing all that shit. The king lives like a king because he has all these people taking care of the house in his realm. And until you have like people taking care of your realm and you have to take care of it yourself, you're not going to live like a king. And what's really cool about Oliver's plan of going to BC, to British Columbia, is that he could stay there the whole fucking summer if he wanted. He could stay there for 3 years. No one's waiting for him there. He can work from wherever he wants. And if you're a freelancer, that's your life too. You don't have freedom right now. If you have a fucking job, you don't have freedom. You just don't fucking have it. You're living at the will of someone else. You have to follow that person. This person decides for you. They're the king. You're the servant. Honestly, there are disadvantages to being a freelancer. But trust me, when it comes to all of these advantages I've just shared with you, the disadvantages are so fucking small. The impact of becoming a freelancer is probably a decision of a bigger magnitude than whatever fucking other decision you're going to make in your life. This is probably going to have a bigger fucking impact on your future than choosing to marry your girlfriend or whatever. Okay, honestly, everything changed. You get freedom. You get freedom. The reason you're not happy right now is because you don't have freedom. I see people willing. I see people wishing like, hey, I wish I would spend more time playing video games. I wish I had more time to see my girlfriends. I wish I had more money to go do whatever. I wish I had money to go to this restaurant, all that shit. Freelancing gives you the freedom to do all of these things. Just fucking take it. Just fucking take it, man. So, yeah, just fucking take it. These are the reasons why I feel freelancing is really awesome. And honestly, if you haven't been convinced yet, if I didn't manage to pique your interest with freelancing, with all the advantages of the lifestyle, I don't know what more I should tell you, honestly. And if you are interested in freelancing, okay, because I understand, one of the reasons why people don't want to start freelancing is because they're afraid. They're afraid they're not going to find clients. They're afraid that they won't be able to do the business side of things Because, yeah, truly, school didn't teach you that. But I'm about to teach you that. You probably noticed I completely stopped making videos on copywriting. I completely stopped making videos on a lot of things because right now, even course reviews. This channel is called, Is This Course Good? I'm not even making course reviews anymore because I realized people don't know how to freelance. People don't know how to find clients. People don't know how to do all that shit. People don't know how much money to charge. People don't know shit about freelance. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you in the next couple of months. I'm going to be sharing with you how to find clients, how to run your freelance business. And you're going to see it's not that complicated. It's just that no one ever took the time to teach it for you. And if you want to learn that shit, subscribe and check out the next couple of videos that I'm about to share with you, man. Because this is the fucking, I'm going to teach you the shit. Man, this is all the knowledge that I've learned from doing this since like 2018. All the mistakes I've made, all the things that I've had to learn to be able to make these kind of high salary. And like, I got people to pay me up to $85 an hour for my time. Man, if you want to see all my tips, I'm not promising you'll get to that. But hey, you'll learn stuff from me. Subscribe and watch these things, because if you want to be a freelancer, I swear I'm going to give you some fucking value in the next couple of months. So subscribe, and with that said, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, comment down below, and I'll see you soon. Take care.